what first brought me to root cause was can we talk about it for over an hour? I had a lot of health issues from childhood on, a lot of autoimmune. I had ITP, a bleeding disorder, as well as just random rashes, and, had really extensive immune issues growing up where I was on chemo, just a lot of things. And throughout the years, nothing really helped. So the doctor and I just eventually discussed just kind of letting my body try to heal on its own. So that went through many years, and then slowly but surely I just symptoms here and there, but kind of, I guess you say, subsided a little bit up until I was into my late 20s and 30s. Then I still having the ITP, but I started developing a whole lot of other symptoms, including, I guess, a lot of GI symptoms. I was diagnosed with IBS, colitis, a lot of food allergies, just everything pretty much was falling apart. My doctors that I was seeing through Kaiser didn't really know what to do with me. I actually was out of work. I have a really stressful job, so I was out of work for a good 2 months, and I was seeing, I believe it was holistic practitioner, and she was replacing, because I was deficient in a lot of nutrients because the inflammation was so severe. I was losing all my hair. I was just horrible. I could barely even get out of bed. I was just so sick, and nothing, it helped a little bit. Then finally I just started researching and came across integrative and functional medicine, and then I just found root cause, and I came in, and it was that's where the journey, I guess, began. As far as what was going on with the inflammation in my body and the colitis and everything, on top of that, I hadn't had my menstrual cycles for several years. Growing up, I was on long-term birth control pills and high doses of hormones to stop my periods because I would hemorrhage from the ITP. Eventually, I got off of that, and I would just have irregular periods. And then I think when all these issues were happening, I think I hadn't had a single period for probably over 3 years. So that was also what was going on top of everything else. And I know when I first came in and started working with Dr. Rick, we just did so much extensive testings on the thyroids and deficiencies, and even genetic testings and hormones. And pretty much I was, I guess you could say, like in a menopausal state. I had almost undetectable levels of progesterone. I believe it was estrogen, the progesterone, and the testosterone were almost all undetectable. So we had went on replacement of progesterone, I believe, estro factors and Vitex, if I'm not mistaken, and on top of all the other treatment I was getting. And then eventually we went on, which was amazing, I guess off-shelf use for autoimmune issues was LDN. So it was pretty much a little miracle drug. I think kind of everything coming together, and then with the use of that, a lot of my autoimmune issues started to subside with the inflammation, the GI issues, as well as all of a sudden I was on it for about a month, and all of a sudden I started getting my periods back. And lo and behold, 2 months later, I had a little miracle and found out I was pregnant. And I never thought I could have a baby in my life. From a young age, when I was 14, the doctors told me that I may never be able to have a baby due to my health issues, the risk of bleeding, but as well as from all the chemo I had as a young age. So so I got pregnant, and now I have an amazing, beautiful baby girl. As far as where integrative functional medicine is, it's just so amazing. I'm a registered nurse. I've been practicing emergency medicine for over 11 years. And I even went back and got my integrative health coach from Duke Integrative school. So I think where I see traditional Western medicine is it's very limited. Everything's broken up as far as treating not the person as a whole, but as a system. You have a physician for your gut, your physician for maybe your autoimmune, your physician for your general practitioner. Everything is more so based off of symptoms, maybe masking symptoms instead of really trying to see, well, what's the underlying cause of what's going on. So I think that's what's so great about just functional integrative medicine in general. But as far as with root cause, it's amazing because they have everything at your fingertips. They have in-depth exam questionnaires, but they're really going over not only the person, your lifestyle, your history, your family history, down to your diet, nutrition, stress factors, like just everything. And then they have everyone that you need to see all in one roof. You have your chiropractor, your dietitian, your physician, you have just everything. So I think that's the part that's just amazing, is everyone's kind of working together and working on the person as a whole instead of just a symptom, treating a symptom or treating just a body part. So I came back today because I had my little blessing, my little miracle baby. But of course, due to, I guess you say, the fragile state of my body, and I did develop some complications during birth where I'm more prone to infection because of my autoimmune, and I don't have a spleen. So I developed a rare infection called chorio. So it was, I guess you could say, pretty serious. I became septic and had a really rough labor. Had no choice but had to go on high dose antibiotics to treat the infection. So since then, what comes with postpartum with the hormones all out of whack. So trying to get all that balanced out, due to the hair loss with the hormones, kind of like the labile, I guess you could say, like moods, like one minute you may feel happy and next you might be a little down, or along with the stress of being a mother of a nursing baby and lack of sleep and everything kind of taking a toll. So I came back to get all that taken care of before things spiral out of control, coming back to make sure everything's on track. I would definitely recommend, I have recommended quite a few friends and people I've known that suffer from just so many ailments that we're told, I guess, in society that aren't curable, or you just have to live with this. You have high blood pressure, here's the pill for this. You have diabetes, here's this. You have depression or whatever it may be. We're just told there's not much you can do and just take this pill. But in reality, there's so much. Your body is so unique and intrinsic and complicated, and there's so much more that you can do besides taking a pill. And there's a way, we're told, that you just have to live with this and suffer, and maybe you'll feel a little bit better, but really with root cause there is a way to get better. And I'm living testimony. My physicians that I still continue to see, my primary physicians through Kaiser, they're just amazed by the progress. They're amazed of the fact that I even was able to have a baby, and they're all on board with the treatment that I've been getting. They're amazed, and as far as the people that I've referred, they've all seen great results as well.